Part 2. Resources taken from their land. This is what happens when lands are invaded, when direct energy weapons are used on people, their pets, their properties, and they no longer have homes or possibly no longer have lives, or what the FEMA prisons haven't incarcerated after they harvested your organs. And the government will kill you to get whatever it is that they want that will benefit them, as in the property, like in California. That was embezzlements. There was a lot of insurance and a lot of property titles and stuff, embezzlements. And what it was, they decided they wanted the land back, and they wanted to keep the money that the people had paid for the land that they were on, as well as there's natural resources in the Earth's surface underneath California. So they just killed the people. They torched their homes, the woods and stuff. The HAARP, the direct energy weapons, and like the Solar Warden, Star Wars defense system, they are killing and driving people off their lands in the United States, folks. Then gold might be discovered, or oil might be mined, and from beneath a burned over county or state. You folks don't understand the public areas, and this is going to end up being your land if you have it. And personally, as I've been doing these videos for a while now, been in research 20 years, last month, made 20 years, I have noticed the increase in my long life. I have noticed the increase in frequency and in the severity, as well as the loss of property, life, and any chance for much of a future for the victims of governmental, military, direct energy weapon attacks. YouTube just violated me again for a week for a picture depicting violence. With all the wars we got going on and all of the so-called violence on all the news and everything. And they went back. I'm telling you, folks, the video was 5 years ago. YouTube is just not going to get off my back. Not at all. YouTube, here is your sign, baby. You can set on this one, and I'll ram the other one in your friggin' nose, and then you can kind of spin like a shish kebab. You can rotate. Sons of bitches. Terrorism and murders. Where are the bodies? That's another thing YouTube violated me for. One of them shootings, one of them false, fake, lying, fake-ass shootings. And I said, where's the bodies? Where's the bodies? YouTube penalized me. These things are going on all over the United States. And let me tell you something. It's been going on everywhere in other countries. And the real terrorism and all of these war crimes, they're not going on so much in the United States, but the United States is in every country that these things are going on in. So why wouldn't they be going on in the United States? That is their method of operation. That's the MO of the United States and the United Nations government. They're going to mess with people. They're never going to have peace. They don't want peace. They want to be fighting. That's why they've amassed these armies, these huge armies. People lie to you on YouTube videos and tell you there ain't but 1 or 2 million active military personnel for the United States, and there's 20 million inactive personnel for the United States. They tell you that the United Nations has only got 90,000 men. What bullshit is that? Any one of you YouTube SOBs who tries to tell the people out there that there ain't but 90,000 United Nations military people, here's your sign too. There's 90,000 United Nations military personnel in the United States. You lying dogs, y'all deceive the people with all of this stuff. And I'm going to get to something else too. It's like I said, it seems to me that it's going to take a whole state or 2 or 3 whole states that are all under the attack of direct energy weapons or viruses and diseases. And the hospitals are going to be filled up, and the death rates are going to become known, but they will become known mostly to the people who's going to be next. Because the media, just like every war that there's ever been, the media sets on the truth. It tells the people things so the people will believe the war is necessary. This is what you get from your media, and this is the only source of information that you have. The media belongs to the bad guys. That's a poor choice, poor source. They are going to sweep everybody up from everywhere, and the people, along with their neighbors, are constantly vanishing in the United States currently at present. All of the corporates, they're just smiling at all of their stolen acreage that's adding up in their banks. And all of the auto pay will still be collecting from their no-lose and no-loss systems that hits PayPal, hits the banks, any auto pay link to the homeless or to the dead victims from the direct energy weapons or from the slow kill the United Nations military is bringing in the form of an invasion on the whole entire United States. And you folks just can't see the forest for the trees. They will spray huge areas with viruses and toxins that will take the lifestyles and the lives of some really big numbers of people and living things. The media has stayed silent so the rest of the country won't know that these things have been even going on and have been going on for many years. And I've watched this ramping up, and it has become obvious to me that just like the American Indians were invaded, rounded up, robbed, murdered, and chemical genocides were used on them, just like that is what just like today. Can you say, this is America and the United Nations military wants to be the gods? Can you say that? This is America, but the United Nations rules. And they're going to do the American people, whichever ones of them have any property or anything, they're going to do them just like they did the American Indians. And whoever comes after the people that they annihilate now, unless somebody stands up and makes a change, they'll do it again in another wave, in another 75 or 200 years. They'll do it again to the next group of people. They repeat it. It's their method of operation over and over and over. They want to be the only ones with guns and communications. This is a Chinese United Nations military. This is a must for them. They cannot stand anything to any resistance, any opposition. Force, intent, power, and ability is what the people of the United States are facing. Words on paper with disarmed and peaceful people will finish last. Now listen, I'm going to tell you something. I like the Patriot Nurse channel. I do. She makes pretty decent videos. I appreciate her. And there's other people that make good videos, and I appreciate them too. But I'm telling you right now, the most of the United States people let others do their thinking for them, and are the same people who will expect others to do their fighting for them too. So Henry Kissinger once said that over 50% of Americans are worthless eaters and need to be exterminated. And you people who let other people do your thinking for you and then you expect to let other people do your fighting for you, I think you do need to be exterminated. And if I had anything to do with it, once the bad guys' asses were whipped, the chicken shit motherfuckers who didn't want to get into the fight, they'd be next. People who simply want to self-protect will be considered as combatants, revolutionaries, and terrorists. Protecting yourself will be considered an act of aggression by the military-industrial complex. The United States government has proven to kill their own without any regard. We are already under military attack in the United States. if anyone can't see this for yourself, then you are either too stupid or incapable of abstract thought, or you must live in a cave. In Virginia, they are going after the rest of the people's rights. They want to know every person who has a weapon. Today, guns. Tomorrow, your sharp objects and your guard dogs, etc., etc. Virginians are considering a march or a peaceful confrontation demonstration up in D.C. I think it's where they're going to talking about doing something. And if they do, then those people are stupid. They are mind controlled to still believe that talking something over with law enforcement or government is ever going to bring back rights or stop the United States military direct energy weapons or their kill list from happening. The time has passed that voting and talking works. The demonstrations and the marches or the sit-ins or the stand-ins is never going anywhere. It's never going anywhere. When has it ever? When has it ever? Virginians go unarmed and then they will use, let me tell you something. If you Virginians go march on D.C. in some big numbers and you're unarmed, then they will use direct energy weapons or UN troops or both and cops. And then FEMA facilities will harvest and incinerate what they don't want. Keep one eye on the sky too, folks. If they pull back the cops, now I know the cops have been given antidotes because they're in the middle of poison that are being put on the people. But watch for the drones to spray all of you talkers. Cops are given antidotes, and they will have most of Virginia's unarmed resistance all together away from home too. It would be a good example to show the whole United States that all opposition is crushed. You go on and gather together up there, all you want to. All the possible fighting people that you can get together, and you leave your guns at home. And then you're going to be collected up. And when people are either imprisoned or they're sprayed with chemicals or frequencies, and I'm going to tell you, I have tried to tell folks for a long, long time, the time for talking is over. It's long past. It's over. It's done. You Virginians get together and go up there and they got 100 or 200,000 of you together, they're going to look at it like this. They're going to say, we got potential combatants right here and they ain't got no guns. Let's just gather them up and we'll sift through them. You folks don't understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that's using military direct energy weapons on people in their homes while they friggin' sleep. I don't know what's wrong with the people in this country right here. Yet killing your cats and your dogs and your kids just ain't enough for you. Killing you might not be enough either. I'm not wishing you any hardship, but you folks haven't experienced any kind of hardship and you can't see down the road far enough to even imagine yourself in a hardship. But other people out here that are awakened, they know what's going on, and you don't want to hear nothing about it, nothing at all. And when the time comes, you're going to want their food and you're going to want their protection. Well, I'm going to tell you, you people that refuse to look at a thumb drive or a memory card or a DVD that people have worked and put information together and given to you, you people that are not interested in what's going on in this country, don't come to me and ask me for no help, because I'm going to tell you, I got one or two people that live close by me that if I'm still here and stuff breaks out, they ain't got to do nothing but just get out of line just a little teeny bit, and that's going to be, they'll be done. They will be done. Because I already know they ain't nobody that I want hanging out with. Not with me. You folks, y'all think what you want to, but these peaceful demonstrations are not going to get you nowhere.